Hmm. I wish I was better at anagrams, but I have absolutely no idea what that could possibly be. I don't even know how you begin to solve an anagram like that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever solved it besides, like, the people making the game having to create it, in which case it's sort of reverse solving, where whatever answer you think up is correct.
Yeah.
And they even had to add an extra E.
Huh? Kay and Luna aren't here.
Astute observation.
What should we do?
What do you mean, what should we do? All we can do is wait. We don't want to end up missing each other by accident.
Yeah. Guess you've got a point. I mean, theoretically, we could split up. Hey, where are you going?
Just want to check something really quick.
Check what? The place where Alice was standing before.
The last time we saw Alice alive, she was right here. Remember? She was kneeling down, looking at something on the ground.
Yeah. What do you think she was looking at? Huh?
Find something?
Isn't this blood?
Uh-huh. Nice work there, Sigma.
I don't need you to pat me on the back. It makes me feel stupid or something.
The truth hurts. So, blood, huh? Oh my god.
The body was killed there and then moved. Oh my god.
A crane.
Wait. Yeah, the crane. I get it. Vi suddenly looked up at the ceiling. I followed her gaze and found myself looking up at a metal crane. It was the kind you might see in a shipyard, the sort that moves along a metal track and has a claw to grab and lift cargo containers. So, what's the deal with the crane? What? Damn, gone again. Stop running around.
Any ideas about what the crane might have been for?
Moving the body?
It seems like a lot of effort for a body. But
I mean... moving the whole room?
what do you mean by the whole room?
Like that voting room, the AB room.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
the whole AB room have been picked up and moved so that the order of the rooms was not what we thought it was?
Maybe, yeah.
Because, like, we made a point, right? That
Yeah.
when we went in to the room, we headed to the leftmost room. And we opened it up and found the body. And then we made a deduction that that was the leftmost room. Therefore, it's the room that Kay came out of with Clover. That's what casts suspicion on Kay. But now, suppose that the rooms are actually able to be picked up and moved with the crane like that. What if the body was actually in the rightmost room and it got picked up and moved over? And we just didn't notice because it's, you know, a large warehouse and whatnot. Maybe even both were picked up and swapped. I don't know. But the point is that if they can be moved around, the body could have been in any of them.
Yeah.
Supposing that it was just moved to the other side, then it would actually cast suspicion on whoever was in the rightmost room.
Yeah, too bad.
And I don't remember.
It's such a forgettable detail when you don't have the, like, hints that it's important.
Yeah. But now it's like, you know, well, who did come out of the rightmost room? Just tell me what you found.
I noticed something.
Oh yeah? And what, pray tell, was that?
The same thing Clover and Alice noticed.
That's... ugh. Can't you just tell me?
Look at the number 6 AB room. The side that's facing the wall has blood on it. What's the first thing you think of when you hear blood?
Vampires?
Yeah. This whole thing kind of sucks, right? Come on. This is no time to be screwing around. I'm talking about this thing. The handkerchief Alice had. There's some blood on it that we assume belonged to the old lady. Consider this for a moment. Let's say this thing was on the floor next to the rightmost AB room. We'll assume that the blood on the side facing the wall came from this handkerchief. Okay, then what?
Alice was looking at the handkerchief.
Right. What do you think was going through her mind?
Why is there a blood-stained handkerchief here? Or something along those lines.
And?
Did this belong to the old woman? It must have.
And?
But if it did, then who put it here? Or, wait, maybe someone just dropped it. Or they could have thrown it here.
And?
You want more?
You're almost there.
How long has this handkerchief been here? Something like that?
Yes, exactly. So how long do you think it was here?
Well, I imagine it wasn't here from the start.
Wait. When's the start?
You know, when we started. When you and I escaped from the AB room through the hatch on the roof. The first thing we did after we got out and met everyone except for Clover and Kay was go look at the number 9 door. We spent a lot of time examining the AB rooms too. Yeah, I know we looked at this from this exact angle. I'm pretty sure there wasn't any handkerchief there then. There wasn't. Wait.
Huh. Finally figured it out, huh?
Yeah. No, they shifted over.
Yeah.
So it is the rightmost room was picked up and put on the left. No way. The AB room moved?
That does bring the question of who could possibly control the crane, though. There would be the obvious answer of, like, Zero, but I guess that just leads to questions about who could be Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, although the Zero Junior can control the crane, right?
Yeah, but why would he want to, like, confuse us about who the murderer was, then?
Well, Zero Junior will do anything Zero Senior does, it says, presumably. So if we're assuming that Zero Senior is the killer, which we're still not sure about, but assuming that that's the case, then Zero Junior will be his accomplice in everything, his or her accomplice. So Zero Senior could simply have given the order to do that, and the crane would have moved. But importantly, that means that Zero Senior doesn't actually need to be in a position to do it themselves. Was it that crane?
Probably. They moved the rightmost one all the way to the left. So, what was in the leftmost AB room?
The body of the old woman.
And who was trapped in there when the nonary game started?
Well, it would have been the AB room on the right at first, so...
Oh, just
Luna.
tells you.
Yeah. Thank you for the reminder, game.
Yeah.
Luna and
Did
Luna
do that
alone.
earlier, too.
This does make a lot more sense, because you'd think it would had to have been in a solo thing. Although I guess Clover was unconscious, which allowed for the possibility of K. So Luna is suspect. For the third time, Fi walked off without saying anything. My body felt like lead, but I forced myself to follow her. She stopped in front of the graffiti that began 2 milkmen.
It's also
What do
possible
you think
that
this is?
the old woman was a player, though, which means that it could have been a duo room, though. I guess in this case it might not have been. Like if if someone were to sneak into the elevator room, kill the old woman, and like, I guess hide her somewhere else temporarily. I don't know. Maybe not, actually.
It'd be hard to switch out a solo and a duo logistically, I think.
Yeah, you would have to... Never mind.
Well, I thought it was just paint from the graffiti at first, but I'm guessing you don't think so. Is that more of the old woman's blood?
Seems like it.
So Luna would have killed her here, then taken her to the rightmost AB room. After that, she would have moved the room with the body in it so that no one would suspect her. That would mean the first person to get out was Luna, not Alice. So what about that handkerchief?
This thing? Here, look. You see this line? It's possible that line is from whatever the weapon was, which means this might have been wrapped around whatever was used to kill the old woman. So maybe Luna wrapped the weapon with this handkerchief, and then threw it between the rightmost room and the one next to it. Then when the room was moved, it came out.
So it was her being careless that exposed the weapon?
I feel like the killer would have thought of that, so maybe the person moving it and the person killing aren't exactly the same person.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Or, I mean, a little further than I thought, but I did think it was suspicious that, like, why would they do that?
Yeah.
That means Alice picked up the weapon along with the handkerchief.
Seems pretty likely.
So that's where she got the knife that was later embedded in her chest.
This is all just speculation, understand? There are a whole lot of things we still don't know.
Yeah, it's a mystery, all right. For example, why would Luna leave the AB room, murder the old woman, and then carry the body back and hide it in the same room? I guess it's possible she just wanted to hide the body. But we still don't have any idea why she would have wanted to kill her in the first place. It's also worth noting that Zero Jr. seems to have let all this slide. He's supposed to be making sure the game goes according to plan, but so far there have been 2 murders and he hasn't done anything about either of them. Do you think that means Luna is Zero Sr.? Even if she was, though, I'm not sure why she killed the old woman. It's possible that she was some kind of intruder who wasn't supposed to be here, but if Luna's Zero Sr., couldn't she have found a better place to hide the body? She'd have access to the entire facility. That's not all, either. Let's say Luna moved the AB room to divert suspicion away from herself. If that's the case, why did she leave the handkerchief and the weapon there? She had to have known they'd be discovered after she moved the room. Besides, when and how did she operate that crane? Luna was with us since we first got out of the AB rooms all the way till we found the old lady's body. You, me, and her went through the magenta door and investigated the lounge. Then we went down to floor B together and came back to the warehouse. By then, the room must have been moved. Of course! Ha! Why didn't I see that sooner? Luna has an alibi. She couldn't have moved the AB room. We're her alibi. Not that simple.
I have to admit, you've got a point.
Wait, what? You didn't even put up a fight.
You're going to make me repeat myself. I never said Luna was the killer. Still, I have a feeling Alice thought she was, which would mean that Clover probably does too.
Oh, you mean that stuff she said about what she'd noticed?
Right.
Hey, Fi.
Hmm?
I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this. We were supposed to meet the others 20 minutes ago, but there's no one here.
You're right.
And we're supposed to be paired up with Alice.
Luna.
Or Luna. Gosh,
Sigma.
dang it. I keep doing that.
Fi, there you are.
Kay.
I'm sorry. I have some bad news. Luna is dead. She's in room 2 in the crew quarters.
Why does everyone die in the crew quarters?
The same room where Alice was murdered.
It's just convenient because then you don't have to walk over the bodies, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I have to click. I see.
Yeah.
This was the 3rd time I'd touched a body and felt cold skin. I thought it might get easier, but it had only gotten worse. I didn't think I'd ever get used to it, but I didn't want to. My hands began to shake, and I tried to steady them as I pressed a pair of fingers to her neck to check for a pulse. Nothing, of course. Luna was dead. Her eyes were flat and empty, the pupils dilated in what could have been terror. It felt surreal, like I might blink and then she would sit up again. She would smile and blush and look away nervously, and everything would be all right. I blinked. She lay there, still, dead, and pale.
And I trust him.
Grief cracked open like an egg, and rage clambered out, hot and angry and screaming. It clawed at the inside of my chest and pounded at the back of my eyes. I squeezed them shut and ground my teeth, my hands balled into fists so tight they hurt. I took a deep breath and opened my eyes again. Another breath. I stood up and realized Kay was talking.
I believe she was poisoned. See here. This device is some sort of syringe.
I think it's called an injection gun. You can just put whatever you want in one of those vials and then pull the trigger. It's kind of like the needles in these bracelets.
The drug they used is the same as well. The label on the vial says tubocurarine.
The muscle relaxant.
Yes. Since it's empty, I can only assume Luna was injected with it. You see the mark on her neck. I believe it is safe to assume that is where her attacker injected the drug. Perhaps they chose the neck for the carotid artery.
Then your guess is probably correct. Luna was injected with tubocurarine, and it killed her.
What about the others?
Should I go get them?
No, never mind. I want to get your story first.
What do you mean?
When you left us, you and Luna went off together, right?
Yes.
But when we talked to Dio downstairs, he said he'd only seen you, not Luna. Why is that?
Luna and I split up as soon as we got to floor B. We determined it would be more efficient. Two of us working separately could cover more ground in less time.
Alright, so why were you late?
What?
You didn't show up till 20 minutes past the time we were supposed to meet. Sigma's asking you what you were doing.
I was resuscitating.
Resuscitating?
Let me explain how I found her. I had gone to the warehouse 5 minutes before our meeting time. You had yet to show up, as had Luna. I believe I was standing between the yellow and cyan doors. Some minutes later, I heard something. It came from behind the cyan door and sounded like a woman's scream. Well, it was actually quite faint. It was several doors away, after all, and as such, I couldn't quite make out what was being said.
Thanks to my perfect robot hearing.
Yeah. That's miles away, isn't it? And behind solid doors.
Yeah. Well,
It
it's
seemed
crew quarters, so it's not
possible that
too
I'd
far.
imagined it.
Because he was right next. He said he was between the cyan and yellow door, which is right next to the cyan door. And
Yeah, but
the crew quarters is just like 2 rooms away, I guess.
that still is a lot. It's like
Yeah, I guess.
100 feet with like 4 steel walls.
I heard no other sounds for a few minutes following the scream. Eventually, the silence made me uncomfortable. Perhaps something had happened. So, I made my way to the crew quarters. As I entered the hallway, I noticed that the door to room 2 was slightly ajar.
I guess with with K, there is a question of if he's a robot, why also have the robot outside, because he can have the ABT or whatever that makes his skin look like skin.
True. There isn't a lot of point, unless it's a double bluff. Because it's to convince us that he really is human when we take the helmet off. And then, that's where they get you.
That was when I first suspected something was amiss. You can imagine the rest, I'm sure. I ran into the room and found Luna on the floor.
So you're saying you spent a good 20 minutes trying to resuscitate her?
Yes. I deduced that she had been injected with tubocurarine. Her heart had stopped, so I attempted CPR, to the best of my abilities, at least. With this mask, I was obviously unable to provide artificial respiration.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because I had no reason to believe you would be in the warehouse. If you weren't, I would have wasted precious time. I chose instead to begin resuscitation immediately. As you know, even a short time without oxygen can cause serious brain damage. I felt time was of the essence. But...
Hey, how much time passed between when you heard the scream and when you came in here and found her?
I'm afraid I can't say exactly, but I would hazard a guess that it was around 3 minutes.
Did you see the killer?
No, I did not.
Then they had 3 minutes to escape.
That would have been plenty of time. When you leave this room, immediately to your left is a door that connects to the hallway. I assume they left that way.
Is there any chance they hid in this room somewhere?
No. I examined the room thoroughly before I left to find you.
Maybe one of the adjacent rooms as well.
May I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if this has anything to do with Luna, but there was something I wanted to point out. Look at Alice. Do you notice anything?
The weapon.
It's gone.
Indeed. The wound suggests a knife, but I doubt we'll know now.
Then did the killer take it?
How would I know?
Maybe they took it before Luna was murdered.
Why are you asking me?
If they had it, why not use it to kill Luna?
Yeah, that would make sense.
What?
Sigma, if you were going to kill someone, which of these two methods would you use?
I wouldn't kill anyone.
This is hypothetical,
I would choose the injection gun.
right?
Cleaner.
Most people would choose that. The more you can divorce yourself from the actual killing, the easier it is to kill someone. There's a big difference between stabbing someone and injecting them with poison.
I'm not sure about that logic.
Yeah,
But there
I
is
actually
a lot less blood.
I was about to say, like, I would probably choose the knife just because it's a sure way to kill someone.
See, I'm just thinking, like, I'm thinking about how to get away with it, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you kill them, if you stab them and you get blood splatter all over yourself, it's gonna be, like, what are you gonna do? You need an alternate set of clothes or something.
I guess.
It's gonna be logistically a horrible issue. There's a very good chance that you're gonna create a mess you can't clean up, and it's gonna get you caught.
Mm-hmm.
The injection gun avoids a lot of that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So you're saying they took the knife before they killed her?
No, I don't know either way. They could have taken it afterwards. There's no way for us to know.
Could they have done that in the 3 minutes before Kay got here?
It's not impossible. 3 minutes is longer than you think. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that I don't know when they took the knife or whatever it was. We came here to get Alice's bracelet, and then Kay came by later. There was probably about a 30-minute window. Anyone could have taken it. They might not even have been the same person who killed Luna. Or it could be. There really isn't any way to know. And if we don't know, we really shouldn't try and draw conclusions. That could color our reasoning, and that's not good. Conclusions without any evidence are useless. So just forget any conclusions you might have come up with. Save that brain space for something more useful. Well, I think that about covers it. We clear?
Yeah.
Good.
Now let's open Kay's helmet. Kay's helmet.
Anyway, we should tell the others.
Yeah, opening Fi's helmet would be another way to get another murder.
Yeah, that'd just be murder.
Yeah.
We should go to the white doors then. Dio should still be there. Hopefully Tenmyoji and Clover will be there as well.
Yeah, good point. Once it's time to open that door, I'm sure they'll show up. Kay nodded and picked up Luna's bracelet.
Please, take this with you.
He held it out to me. I stared down at the bracelet. It felt wrong to just take it. Like we were just using and abandoning her.
Is something the matter? You and Phi are the magenta pair. Without the green solo bracelet, you won't be able to open the secondary door.
I know. It's just...
Then...
He pressed the bracelet gently into my hand.
If you don't wish Luna's death to be meaningless, then you must survive. Or do you intend to die without catching her killer?
Right. Yes. I sighed and closed my hand around the cold metal.
Good. Shall we go?
Wait. Shit.
Did something happen?
No. Well, not yet. We might be looking at a worst-case scenario.
Excuse me?
God. What the hell is wrong with me? How did I miss this? I'm sorry. This is my fault. It's just... there was so much going on I wasn't thinking.
What is it, goddammit? What did you miss?
Quark.
Quark?
Quark did all of this.
Quark is the killer. Oh! Oh, shit! Temioji is a red solo. Clover's a cyan pair. Quark's the other cyan pair. If he's not with them, they can't get through the secondary door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what I said a while ago.
But I fail to see how that's connected to it. Or is she just saying that it has only just now occurred to her that if we don't find Quark, they're screwed?
Yeah. Basically, like,
Oh dear.
if Quark's not found, there's 3 more dead people, or 2 if Quark is already dead or something.
Yeah.
This is bad. And if they haven't gotten in by the time the primary door shuts, they'll be penalized. If we haven't found Quark by then.
Time! How much time do we have left? Oh no. Maybe they already found him. We should go check.
Let's just go to the warehouse on floor B. Perhaps Quark has already been found.
I sure hope so. Let's move. So, does the number 9 door open for any 9 bracelet?
Yeah.
So what happens if... Could you escape with somebody else's 9 bracelet? Could somebody take Quark's bracelet and get out with it?
I don't think so, because at the beginning they talked about how, like, if someone else tries to sneak out with you, then the bracelet will get injected, so you're still wearing
So you have to have your bracelet be at 9.
Yeah, your bracelet has to be removed in some way so that it doesn't inject you once you leave.
What happens if we take Quark's bracelet and chop our arm off? I guess then we could get out.
Yeah, you could get out that way, but it would be a very complicated way to do it.
Yeah.
That would only happen if Quark was found by someone other than Tenmyoji, who was also being, like, very self-serving.
Also,
doors have opened.
If prosthetics that good exist in this universe, couldn't we all just chop our arms off and then get prosthetics when we get outside?
Yeah, but we only know about the prosthetic arm because of this, like, file stuff, so they don't know
True.
that such good prosthetics exist, probably.
I mean, do they not realize that such good prosthetics exist in the world?
Actually, that is, I guess, something to think about, maybe.
Yeah, because, I mean, they might not be aware that this is, like, in play in this facility, but you'd think that they would have a general awareness of the technological capacity that we're at, like, what people in the world get for prosthetics.
Yeah,
I would think that would just kind of fall under common knowledge.
There's also golems and stuff in this, so... But I guess, that could just be because of the Zero stuff, but Sigma also doesn't remember getting the prosthetic though, so it's a bit weird. Something that is maybe explained just by the knowledge in the game in some way. So that could be a clue for you.
The fuck were you thinking? You trying to kill me?
What about Quark?
What?
Did they find Quark?
How the fuck would I know? I've been here. Look, forget about him. Where's Alice's bracelet? Which one of you has it?
What about Temioji and Clover? Have they come back yet?
Look around, asshole. What do you think? Hey, pay attention. The bracelet. Do you have Alice's bracelet? Hand it over.
Phi pulled it out of her pocket. The face still shone with blue light. This had been Alice's bracelet. Phi's eyes never left Dio's as she carefully handed the bracelet to Kay.
Good. Let's go. Hey, what is this? What, you don't like this door? Fine, we can take a different one. As long as we're in the right group, it shouldn't matter which door we take.
That's not the issue.
Then please tell me, what the fuck is the issue?
Being a human being. 3 of us still haven't arrived. If we
Are you
leave them
calling
behind-
Dio the robot K?
Oh, come on! Now you're gonna grow a heart?
Yeah, but if we don't go through that door in 3 minutes, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
If you stay here, you're gonna kill me!
But
And yourself, which is probably a bigger issue for them.
Minutes remain until chromatic
Or
doors
that person
close.
should be K.
Alright.
Unless he is a robot, in which case the rules of robotics reverse that.
Fine. I'll be honest with you. The truth is, I've got a kid. A baby.
Oh, shut up.
I was told that if I didn't win this game, my kid's as good as dead.
that's...
You have to trust me.
Yeah, I'm not believing that 60 seconds before you're gonna die.
I
No.
swear, it's God's honest truth. Zero told me to keep it under wraps, but I figure I don't have a lot of choice right now. I'll tell you more once we get inside.
It also doesn't make a difference to the situation.
Please.
I mean,
It's a lie. Don't listen to him. I wanted to scream.
It does sort of matter because then K is sacrificing 2 lives for searching for people, not including his own life.
I feel like there is no searching, because it's like, you know, if the door closes, we're all gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
So there isn't a choice to stay behind or do anything. All we can do is wait to the last possible moment and then go through.
Yeah, I guess.
I wanted to scream. Dio was obviously lying, but it looked like Kay was buying it. But he had to go in. I couldn't try to stop him.
Yeah.
If I did, they'd both die.
You have to believe me, Kay. Please. If you won't do it for me, do it for my kid. If I lose, it's all over. Please.
Kay turned to look at me and Phi. We both nodded silently back.
I understand. Let's go.
Really?
Yes. I have one condition, however.
A condition?
Yes. But it's not for you, Dio. Sigma, I want you and Phi to go into one of the doors as well.
Huh?
Dio and I cannot be the only survivors.
Of course.
I would have the 2 of you join us. That is my condition.
Damn it. Couldn't make this easy, could you?
I mean, that's only natural.
Yeah, that
What do you
feels
say?
like the easiest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like, I request that you do not commit suicide.
The decision is yours.
No, I can't do that. Are we intent on dying? Because that's what's gonna happen. You're asking me to leave 3 people to die.
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed. Is that what you want?
I can't just leave them behind.
Me either. I agree with Sigma.
What? You're supposed to be the logical one.
We can't just ditch them. I'm staying.
Phi's also the, like, get everyone out person, too, so.
True. But it's like, there's nothing it just makes no sense. There's nothing we can do.
It did say
Oh.
we have, like, 3 minutes or something, didn't it? So, there's some time, but not really anything meaningful.
We have 3 minutes. I assume that the 3 minutes is elapsing while we're talking here.
Yeah, well,
Bunch of fucking idiots.
Here we go. A new time
1
announcement.
minute remains until chromatic doors close.
Yeah, we don't have time to go anywhere or do anything, so all we can do is wait to see, and then jump through. And if we don't jump through, we all die regardless.
I see. I suspected that would be your answer. You leave me with no choice then. My apologies.
Okay, just took us both out.
I guess.
He's gonna throw us into the one door.
If you can't join them, beat them.
Literally.
Yeah.
You have
I
my
said
sympathy.
reverse, so that it made more sense, but
Oh. I didn't even pick up on it. I'm an idiot.
I wish there was another way.
What? Why?
Do you actually believe, Dio?
No, of course not. I only wish to save you. If I had not forced the issue, neither of you would have budged. Such is your character.
Kay, what are you doing?
I confess I am not entirely sure. I will think about it during the 10 seconds that remain. Goodbye.
I'll think about it for 10 seconds.
Kay turned and left, quickly disappearing outside of our door. Fi and I lay on the floor, moaning, curled around our aching stomachs.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
So I guess he ducked into the other one with Dio, and the others are just screwed.
Yeah. Unless they are like the fastest people ever and also find Fork at perfect timing.
Yeah, unless they were already inside their door waiting.
Well, we saw
And
the
we just
doors
didn't know it.
open,
Oh,
Like-
that's true.
so
Not quite able to walk yet, Fi and I crawled out of the secondary door. The punch Kay had given me had been incredibly powerful, and my arms and legs still felt numb and tingly. Can you stand?
Yeah. Can we just sit here for a moment, though? My body's gonna be fine, but I think I need a little time to get my feelings sorted out.
I nodded, and we sat there in silence. No matter what I did, I couldn't get their faces out of my head. Temioji, Clover, Quark. I hoped they were all right somehow, but I wasn't sure how much time had passed before Fi finally stood up.
We should go.
Ooh, she does not look good.
yeah. A bit like
And that was
Fork.
it. She turned and headed for the end of the hallway, feet dragging as if she were carrying something heavy. It was a moment or two before I followed. Security. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Well, all the cameras are off.
Yeah.
Or screens, I guess.
Did you see the plaque on
Yeah.
the door?
It said security. The footage from the surveillance cameras might run through here.
Does that mean we'll be able to see what's going on in the rest of the facility?
I'm not sure. Right now, all the screens are dark. Even if we could activate them, I doubt Zero is just gonna let us watch whatever we want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm worried about them. We don't know what happened to Kay and Dio either.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do here.
Seek a way out. Alright, so now we're going to have the security room puzzle.
Yep.
But we will take care of that in the next episode. But things are really starting to go in this route. Like,
Yeah.
there's a very strong possibility that half of the cast is now dead in
Yeah,
this route.
Since I started with Luna, I got this really early, which, like, meant that I didn't have as much information about stuff, which made this really complicated for me. Not that it's not also complicated for you.
Yeah, it seems like this is a hell of a route to be starting on as a
Yeah.
first route. Anyway, so we'll start doing these puzzles next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next episode.
Bye.